Don't drop them, don't drop them, don't drop them, don't drop them. Hey, friends. Are you like that with your eggs too? They're so fragile. You're afraid that you're going to break any? You gotta be careful with these things. Let's talk eggs today. Let's make boiled and scrambled, fried, maybe an omelet. Sounds great to me. So grab your eggs and let's get started. To crack an egg, just tap it either on a hard surface or the side of a bowl is fine too. Just tap it. Then you get a little crack, and you want to push in gently and carefully pull as you push in. Just like that. I would suggest cracking an egg into a small bowl before you use it, whether you're baking or cooking, just so you don't get the eggshells in your dish. If you do get a shell in your egg, take your finger, and sometimes it's hard to get it out. The bigger pieces are easier to get out. Clean hands, of course. If you can't get it out, you can always dip your finger in some water, and then reach in, grab it, and just pull it out. Let's fry an egg. Put some oil in your skillet and brush it around with either a silicone brush or a paper towel's fine. Just spread the oil around so your egg doesn't stick to the pan. Turn the heat to a medium-high. Let your pan sit for about 60 to 90 seconds, so about a minute, minute and a half, and then it should be nice and hot. And carefully pour your egg into the pan. To season your egg, add 2 to 3 pinches of salt, and then just sprinkle some pepper on just however much you like. At this point, I would turn the heat to a medium-low. You don't want the pan to be too hot, otherwise your egg will stick. Let the egg cook until bubbles start to form around the edge and the egg white is mostly cooked. Flip the egg over to cook on the other side. After about a minute to a minute and a half, check the bottom of the egg to see if it's the color that you want. If you want a darker color egg, just leave it on a little bit longer. When frying an egg, it may not always look perfect. I have to say this is not the most perfect egg I've ever cooked, but it is still really good. And that's the point, right? You just want to be able to cook an egg and just to be able to eat it. So if your egg isn't perfect, it's still fine. Don't stress about it. It's still delicious. We're going to make scrambled eggs. Crack 2 eggs. Push in and pull out. Season with 2 pinches of salt and black pepper to taste. And then we're going to break the yolks. Now beating an egg, we're going to practice this again. And you don't want to stir it. You want to kind of like you're cranking the fork, like going around in a circle this way. Just small, small circles. Fast circles. Don't go too heavy. You'll make a big mess. Pour some oil in a large skillet. Brush it around with either a silicone brush or a paper towel. Turn your heat to a medium-high. It should be hot enough after a minute and a half. Carefully pour your eggs in. Cook until your eggs are no longer wet, stirring frequently so you don't burn or overcook your eggs. Next up, let's make poached eggs. In a medium saucepan, pour enough water to fill it 2/3 of the way, which is just over half. Turn your heat to high until there are little bubbles at the bottom. When you see the little bubbles at the bottom like this, add 2 tablespoons of white distilled vinegar. Don't worry, you won't taste the vinegar in the egg. It's just to keep the egg white from separating from the yolk. Continue cooking the water and vinegar until it comes to a rolling boil. Crack an egg in a small glass bowl or a coffee mug. Once it comes to a rolling boil, stir the water with a spoon. You want the water swirling a little bit as you pour the egg in. That will hold the egg together. Gently pour in your egg, being careful not to burn yourself. Easier said than done, I know, but just be careful, it's very hot. Let the egg boil for 3 to 4 minutes. Alright, it's been 4 minutes, so I'm going to shut the heat off Using a slotted spoon, carefully take the egg out of the pan and put it onto a plate. There will be some water on the plate. I just wipe it up with a paper towel. Season your egg with 2 pinches of salt and black pepper to taste, so however much you like. And there's a poached egg. Next, hard-boiled eggs. Place your eggs in a medium saucepan. You want enough water to cover the eggs 1 inch over the top of the egg. And we have a little floater. That means that this egg is a little bit older. You can still cook with it and bake with it, that part's fine. Turn your heat to a medium-high. Bring to a rolling boil. When the water is at a rolling boil, cover the pan with a lid, turn the heat off, and remove the pan from the heat. Let sit for 20 minutes. Just before the 20 minutes is up, get a large bowl of ice water. When the 20 minutes is up, transfer your eggs with a slotted spoon from the pan to the ice water. Leave the eggs in the ice water until they have completely cooled. This usually takes about 10 to 15 minutes. After that, use a slotted spoon to take them out. At this point, you can eat them or put them in a container and refrigerate to have later. I'm going to make deviled eggs with these. To peel the eggs, gently tap them on a clean, hard surface and roll them while applying gentle pressure, being careful not to crack the egg white. You should be able to just peel the shell off, usually in small pieces, and that's fine. I like to lay a paper towel out so I can put the shell pieces on, making cleanup easier. I rinse off my eggs just to make sure I get all the little pieces off of it. Fold up your paper towel and throw it away. See, it's so much easier than trying to clean up all of the shell pieces. Cut the eggs in half. Put the yolks in a bowl. Sometimes you'll get lucky and the yolk will just pop out. If not, you can gently scoop the yolk out with a spoon. Mash the yolks up with a fork until they are in tiny pieces. Add 2 pinches of salt and black pepper to taste. I start with 1 teaspoon of Miracle Whip or the generic version whipped dressing. Stir to combine. This looks a little bit dry, so I'm going to add 1 more teaspoon. Stir to combine again. You can scoop up some of the yolk mixture with a fork and just put that into the egg white if you'd like. Or you can do it the fancy way and put the yolk mixture into a Ziploc bag. Just cut a tiny corner piece off of the bag, and then you can squeeze the yolk mixture into the egg white. And then just sprinkle a little paprika on top. Who wants an omelet? I do. All right, we're gonna start with 2 eggs. Tap them together. Do not slam them. You're gonna make a mess. Don't do that. Just tap them gently. They crack, and the same thing like I showed before. Push in gently and pull apart at the same time. If sometimes the yolk breaks, don't stress about it. It's okay. That happens. They're not always perfect, right? All right, got 2 eggs. Then you're gonna add 2 tablespoons of water. If you're gonna make a 1 egg omelet, then you just want 1 tablespoon of water. 3 egg omelet, 3 tablespoons. So for every egg that you use 1 tablespoon of water. So I have 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of water, and then you're gonna want just a pinch of salt. Usually I just dump it in, but I will show you the pinch. If you feel like you need a little more, you can add just a little bit more, but I wouldn't do too much more than that. And then pepper, just sprinkle till you think it looks good. I think that looks good. Now to beat an egg, first you're going to poke the yolk. Just break it a little bit, and don't be violent with it. Don't like just stir like crazy. Just gently stir and mix. That is a beaten egg. And that's what you want for your omelets. If you are making a 1 egg omelet, you can use a smaller skillet. I'm making a 2 egg omelet, so I'm going to use the larger skillet. Add 1 tablespoon of oil to your skillet. Either canola, vegetable, or olive oil is fine. I'm going to use a paper towel to wipe the oil around the inside of my pan, including the sides, and this will help keep the eggs from sticking to the pan. Turn your heat to high. After a minute and a half, your pan should be hot enough, and then you can pour in your egg mixture. Turn your heat to a medium low. Move your skillet around a little bit just to spread the eggs around the bottom of your skillet. As your eggs cook, use a spatula to gently push the edges of your omelet in slightly, and this will loosen up the edges. Use your spatula to gently move around any uncooked egg toward the edge of the omelet. You want to be as gentle as you can. You're trying to keep it in one piece. You don't want to stir the egg. That makes scrambled eggs. And as good as scrambled eggs are, omelets are far superior in my opinion, and that's what we're going for here. Your omelet is done when you no longer have any wet, uncooked egg on top. Turn your heat off. And now you can add whatever you wish into your omelet. If you just have American cheese, that's totally fine. If you have deli meat or just like leftover ham, any kind of cheese, any vegetables that you like, go ahead and put those in there. I'm just going to use some leftover ham and Colby Jack cheese that I found in the fridge. I always choose the half that's closest to me because it's easier for me to flip the other half over. And then put the spatula under the omelet like this and lift gently and flip it. Let it sit a minute or two until the cheese melts. And if you need to loosen the omelet with a spatula, that's fine, just to make sure it'll slide off your pan and onto your plate. And then carefully tip your pan and slide it onto the plate. Don't worry, with practice, you will perfect that part. And that is how you make an omelet. Thanks for joining me today. What's your favorite kind of egg? Comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.